So we studied this type of respiration, and we were studying two type of respiration, oxygen dependent and uh, oxygen independent. So yeast do its respiration without oxygen, and in this respiration, okay. And one thing we studied which was very common for all of the organism, that pyruvate is a product, okay. Two molecules of pyruvate forms when one molecule of glucose is broken down, and these pyruvate molecules is present in all organism, all type of organism, which goes with the mode of respiration, either aerobic respiration or it can be anaerobic respiration. So by the production of pyruvate, two molecules of pyruvate are formed, and this is the chemical formula. We know that by the six molecules of carbon, two molecules of pyruvate form, and each is having three molecules of carbon, three atoms of carbon, okay. So yeast, we know that how yeast goes for its respiration, and in its respiration yeast use pyruvic acid, okay. Pyruvic acid is formed by each and every type of organism, and you know whatever you eat is a form of glucose, okay. So I just took the example of glucose. Other than glucose you can use fat, you can use protein, you can use starch, okay, or you can use these things type of molecules. And I'm not using vitamin and minerals, because vitamin and minerals never gives you energy. Remember that vitamins and minerals never give you energy. They just helps to conduct various type of uh, reactions. So glucose, fat and proteins, okay. Glucose, fat and proteins, so all of them are having same type of product which is known as pyruvate. Remember this, okay. This is pyruvate. Either you eat fat, protein or glucose, it will form in pyruvate, okay. This is the pyruvate, whatever you eat, and which type of organism you are having, okay. uh, it will form pyruvate, okay. So pyruvate, we studied about yeast. It will form ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. And energy is a key point. To get energy, each and every organism perform the function of respiration, and it produces pyruvate, each and every type of organism. When you feel weak, okay, you asked me a question that if you feel weak, then people advise you to take vitamin C rather than eating any type of food, okay. So let me tell you one thing, that the energy source, energy means right now I'm using my energy, okay. And after finishing my work, or during my work, I will feel so weak, and I will feel I need to eat food, okay. So I will feel weak. So there are these sources: fat, proteins and carbohydrates, okay. I'm not writing here glucose or glucose, okay. You know that glucose and carbohydrates are similar. Both of the glucose is a category of carbohydrate, remember. Glucose and starch, okay, both are the categories of carbohydrates. So they are nothing, they are not something else. So if you write carbohydrate, it means you can include glucose and starch in carbohydrates. So all of them are basic molecules, is C6H12O6. This is a basic molecule, and each of them will break down into pyruvate, okay. I'm giving you answer, okay. Pyruvate, okay. And finally it will give you energy, okay. So people ask you, or doctor suggests you to eat vitamin C, or doctor may suggest you to eat vitamin D, or doctor may suggest you to eat vitamin B, okay. So doctor or may suggest you to eat any type of vitamin while you feel weak, okay. Because to draw the energy, okay, to draw the energy from food, there are so many type of reactions which conduct inside our body for a proper digestion. And if the digestion is not proper, the pyruvate cannot be obtained. So for the formation of energy, okay, just formation of pyruvate and formation of energy is not a simple task as you think. As we studied that this okay, this is very initial level and this is very shallow level, okay. The processes of formation of pyruvate and the process which is included in the formation of energy is not an easy task. It is a much complex process than you think, okay. there are thousands of reactions which conducts inside our body to make pyruvate and to make energy from it. So this is not a very simple process. Okay, so I told you that energy is obtained by this fat, protein or carbohydrates, but the reactions which are involved to get pyruvate or to involve to get energy to make energy out of these food essentials. Okay, so there is a need of vitamin. Without the need of vitamins, no reaction can conduct. Okay, these food materials are giving us energy and they are useful to give energy, but to conduct reactions to make energy. Okay, this is, there are so many type of reactions. If you go in higher classes, you will get to know that how much type of reactions are involved in the formation of pyruvate and energy out of it. So there are so many type of reactions, and all of these reactions require some vitamins. Okay, so these vitamins are needed. Okay, and if you are talking me about that particular vitamin C, so vitamin C is a very immunity booster thing. Okay, if you eat vitamin C, you can get rid of any type of infection, even though it is corona infection. Okay, if you are having enough amount of vitamin C, okay, you can get rid of any type of infection. So vitamin C just not gives you a boost of energy, it can helps, or definitely it helps to improve your immunity. So if you are having a full amount of vitamin C in your body, definitely you will get rid of any type of infection, because vitamin C helps to boost your immunity. And how it helps, it is not of our concern. Okay, someday I will tell you if I have much time, that it is very much interesting topic, that how vitamin C helps us to get our immunity, to improve our immunity. Okay, so now remember that vitamins never gives you energy. Vitamins never gives you energy, or vitamins, minerals, okay, never gives you energy. Despite of these, they helps to conduct the reactions. So if the reaction are correct, then all these processes are correct. So we were studying this. Okay, so all of this stuff is just for getting energy. And we studied about lactic acid. It can cause cramps in our body, because the lactic acid formation occurs when we are having very less amount of oxygen, and we take very less amount of oxygen from outside of our body. Then there is a formation of lactic acid and it gives us cramps. So some when we work much hard and when we do much physical work, okay, and if we are not having enough amount of oxygen, okay, and if you work more and if we breathe less, then there is a formation of lactic acid. But same time, the purpose is solved, that there is a formation of energy. Okay, and this is very important thing, that when you work so much and you get less amount of oxygen, then why you having cramps and fatigue, and sometimes you say, oh, I'm having very much pain in our body. So what can I do? Okay, so lactic acid is a reason, and it is not a very toxic thing, and it is not very life threatening thing. It is a normal thing. There is no problem if it is forming in very moderate amount. There is nothing problem. Okay, but it can give us problem if it is producing in much amount, and each and every time it is producing in much higher amount. So that's time it can give us problem. Other than this, there is nothing problem. There is no problem. It is okay. Okay, in moderate amounts, and each of us face this problem, that each of us produces lactic acid in our bodies, in our muscles. Okay, and this occurs only in muscle cells. Don't forget that muscle cells forms lactic acid, not all other cells. Okay, now the energy production is a thing. Okay, the energy production is something like each and every cell of our body needs to produce energy. So the muscle cells sometimes go under anaerobic as respiration, and they produce lactic acid. Muscle cells, okay, muscle cells, don't forget. Muscle cells sometimes undergo anaerobic oxygen, without oxygen, and it will form lactic acid. Okay, but the other cells, like so many other cells which are not involved in muscle cells, like cells of digestive system, cells of skin, okay, each and every needs energy. That's why they go for their respiration process, but they never start their process if their oxygen is less. Okay, they will start all of the other cell, okay, cells other than muscles. Okay, other cells which are not the part of muscular kind. Okay, so other cells will start this process only when there is enough oxygen. Okay, and then they do not do so much work, they just perform their function to get energy. So they will go under the normal respiration. What is the normal respiration? The normal respiration is a thing which you can relate with yourself. The reaction which produces CO2. Okay, in this reaction you will see that there is no carbon dioxide production, and in this case there is a no exhalation. That means there is no removal of carbon dioxide from your body in this case, because this carbon dioxide is utilized to form this lactic acid. But in this form, normal respiration, what I have told you in previous classes, that this is a normal respiration. Okay, we have to know this, and each and every time we learn about respiration, this is the normal respiration when we take oxygen inside and carbon dioxide is produced, which is exhaled out from our body. So this is the real form of respiration. Okay, and this is the authentic 99% time this respiration occurs in our body, and this lactic acid formation reaction is very marginal reaction. It never occurs all time. Okay, it is just a very small, very less frequent process. It never happens each and every time on very few cells of our body. Just muscle cells go for this. But for this normal respiration, other cells which are not muscular cells, and muscular cells go for normal respiration. Okay, don't ever think that muscular cells always go for this lactic acid production. No, muscle cells like to do a normal respiration. Okay, muscle cells like to do this. Okay, normal respiration, muscle cells like to do this. Okay, but when you breathe less, then they will go for that lactic acid respiration. So they will love to do normal respiration. Okay, now this normal respiration, we know that carbon dioxide is present and is exhaled out from body, and there is nothing cramped. It is just normal process. Okay, so here I'm writing a normal process, the process in which there is a presence of oxygen. So two reaction we studied, the production, the respiration by yeast, and another type of respiration, the respiration by our muscle cells. Okay, the formation of pyruvate occurs in cytoplasm. Remember this, the formation of pyruvate occurs in cytoplasm. Okay, and after that the pyruvate go to different parts of these cells. Okay, so cytoplasm is for cytoplasm uh, carry pyruvate. After that this pyruvate go to different parts. Okay, and it will conduct respiration process. So remember that you can find pyruvate in cytoplasm, because this is the type of question which can be asked in your exams. So uh, this is the normal respiration reaction, normal, or I can say that you are aware of this, or you have studied this, or you have heard of this so many times. So it occurs when there is a plenty of oxygen. Definitely muscle cell can go under this respiration. Okay, yeast never go with oxygen uh, aerobic reaction. Okay, the yeast cell always love to do reaction, love to do the reactions or the respiration which is having no oxygen. So yeast cell is confirmed for no anaerobic reaction. So yeast cell is confirmed that they will go for anaerobic reaction, though they are having oxygen, and though they are, even though they are having oxygen, even though they are not having oxygen, they will go for oxygen less respiration. If you put yeast in something which is having an environment which is having much amount of oxygen, even though they will choose the part that I love to do respiration which is having no oxygen. Okay, so there is a tendency that yeast cell will go for anaerobic respiration. That's why it will perform this ethanol and all these things. Okay, but for humans there is a uh, there is a there are two things, that if there is lack of oxygen, and muscle cells will go for anaerobic respiration. Okay, and if there is oxygen, that definitely we love to do normal respiration, or the respiration which is having high number of oxygen, it can consume oxygen. Okay, so in this oxygen rich respiration occurs in mitochondria. Okay, it occurs in mitochondria. Remember the part. Okay, it is having in muscle cells and it is having in mitochondria, and all of the cell. Okay, and by this process the products, you can know the byproducts, that is carbon dioxide and water, and the thing which is known as energy. So don't forget that each and every organism is doing respiration process. Each and every type of organism is going for respiration process only to get this one thing, that is energy. Okay, and the final final product you will find in this all type of respiratory reactions is the energy. Okay, no individual does respiratory reaction to get lactic acid or to get ethanol or to get carbon dioxide or to get water. No organism does this to get these all these other substances. Each and every organism does photosynthesis, sorry, respiratory reaction, because the need is energy. All of them or all of us does this because we need energy. Okay, so energy is a need of respiration. That's why we conduct this. Now if the energy is produced, okay, and this energy is of much use, that right now I'm consuming my energy because it is produced by my respiration process, and you are doing this. Okay, and these respiration process is also conducted by plants. You know that plants also need to produce their energy, though they go for photosynthesis reaction, and by photosynthesis reaction plant produces these glucose. We know this is a product which is produced by plant in photosynthesis. Okay, but plant will convert this into starch. Okay, as a reserve food material. We did this experiment. Okay, and whenever plant need something to uh, plant need energy. Okay, so we know that glucose and starch are some basic things. Remember that all of they are relevant to each other. Okay, basic formula, each and everything which is edible, or the macromolecules are some molecules which are present in our food forms like fat, starch, carbohydrate, protein, glucose. Okay, the basic formula runs with CHO. Okay, the basic formula runs with CHO. Okay, so plants also does the process of respiration, and by this same things is can be performed by plants. Okay, and plants also take this oxygen, the oxygen which is made by plant. Okay, the oxygen which is made by plant use this oxygen, and this is the food material, or this is the stored food material. Okay, but the basic formula is same. So plant will also form the pyruvate. Okay, and by the pyruvate, plant will also form CO2, H2O, and energy. So remember that plant also goes with aerobic reaction, aerobic respiration. Don't forget. And this last one is common in animals and plants. So plant also go for this type of reaction. Don't ever forget that. If you could be asked that, can plant go with respiration? Yes, plant can produce this glucose and oxygen by photosynthesis, but they can also utilize. Okay, plants will utilize this. Okay, their glucose, or plant will utilize this starch which is a stored food material, and plant will also use this oxygen, and they will form pyruvate, and after that they will form these three things. So plant also needs to form energy, plants also produces energy. So this is a very common thing, and in a general sense, this is the common reaction, this is the common respiration reaction which is performed by animals and plants. Okay, and plants. So plant does two things. Plant goes for photosynthesis, first thing. We cannot Animals cannot go for photosynthesis. And second thing is that plant also goes for respiration. Okay, and this respiration is same which is performed in animals, so don't forget this. And plant also goes for oxygen based respiration. Don't ever forget this. Okay, sometimes you may be thinking that how plants get their energy. So this is the process, that how plants get their energy. This is the same thing. Okay, pyruvate is produced in each and every type of organism. Pyruvate is produced by every organism. Okay, and this is the most common method of respiration in plant and animals. Okay, I think you are having no confusion with this, or if you have any confusion you can ask me. I think there is no confusion. Ask me if you have any confusion or any type of doubt. Clear? Okay, so let me tell you one more thing. Okay, which is of much interest. Okay, I'm writing the reaction of photosynthesis. CO2. Okay, which is released by us definitely. okay, and water, okay, and in the presence of sunlight, okay, and chlorophyll. Plant uses this to produce C6H12O6 and O2, and this is glucose, and plant will store this as a form of starch for its use. Okay, so this is the reaction which is known as photosynthesis. Okay, and as I told you that each and every food product which is used by other plant use store this in the form of starch, but starch is also having a basic formula, that is CHO. Okay, so for respiration I'm using this. I'm using this C6H12O6. You can use any type of food material. You can use this, you can use fat, you can use starch, you can use protein, okay, whatever you use. All of them are having a basic formula, okay, and all of them will produce one thing, that is pyruvate, okay, and all of them will produce after that CO2 plus H2O plus energy. Okay, this is the plant conducted by plants. So photosynthesis and respiration are conducted by plants. Okay, so plant conduct photosynthesis and plant conduct respiration. Okay, photosynthesis can be conducted by only in daytime, remember that. Photosynthesis cannot be conducted in night time, because right now it is night and plant cannot go with photosynthesis because there is no sunlight. Okay, so remember two things, that photosynthesis is conducted by only plants and only in daytime. Okay, respiration is something or a reaction which is conducted by both plants, and animals. Okay, and either in daytime or nighttime, or either in daytime or nighttime, because right now you know that you are doing respiration. You are taking oxygen inside and you are releasing carbon dioxide outside. Okay, so plants and animals both go for respiration, and there is no restriction of time, all time. Okay, 24 hours, 24 into 7. Okay, plant also know what is 24 into 7, and year long and lifelong. Okay, there's not a single time during whole life that when any organism can stop the process of respiration, because if there is no respiration there is no energy, and if there is no energy an organism could die. Remember this, if there is no energy an organism could die. Okay, so remember one thing. Okay, plant cannot perform photosynthesis in night time, that is very short thing, because at night there is no sunlight. Second thing, no other organism other than plant, okay, other than plant no one can, or other than some specific bacteria which goes for photosynthesis, no other organism can perform photosynthesis. So in photosynthesis there is a presence of oxygen, and in respiration there is a presence of carbon dioxide, because the product which is released in photosynthesis is oxygen, and the product which is released in respiration is carbon dioxide. Okay, so at daytime, okay, daytime, we know that at daytime, in daytime photosynthesis and respiration both can conduct in daytimes. Okay, so in daytime photosynthesis and respiration both can conduct. Okay, we know that respiration has no limit and photosynthesis has limit, which is for daytime. So in this daytime there is plenty of oxygen as well as there is plenty of these two things. Okay, in daytime both of these gases are present in much higher amount. So in daytime when you will go near any plant, okay, you will not feel that there is more carbon dioxide and less oxygen, because in daytime plant is producing both things. But at night time when you go near plant, okay, there is finally no photosynthesis, and there is definitely very high rate of respiration, or we can say there is respiration, so there is carbon dioxide at night time. Okay, so at daytime when you go near plant you will feel there is plenty of oxygen and you can breathe there easily. Okay, and you will have no negative effect. But at night time people, you might be, you might hear that people were telling you to not sleep under trees during night time and not go under trees during night time. There is a ghost. Okay, there is no ghost. Okay, The real thing is that during night time, when you go under tree or you spend a long time just under tree, okay, I'm not telling you that you stop going near trees during night time and you start to afraid of plants or trees, that it has something negative. Okay, the basic thing which I'm telling you, that at night time there is no photosynthesis, so there is no oxygen at all. Okay, there is no oxygen in night time near plants. Okay, but there is no oxygen production in night time, remember. There is no oxygen production at all during night time. But at night time, as there is no rest, there is no limitation for respiration. Okay, respiration can go for 24/7, and at that time plant will produce only carbon dioxide. So if you go near plant, you will feel the effect of carbon dioxide, not in a direct sense, but if you sleep all night under plant, then due to the effect of these CO2, due to the effect of these carbon dioxide, you can feel nausea, stomach pain, agitation, vomiting. You may feel like fever because of this effect of carbon dioxide, because under tree there is a huge amount of carbon dioxide. And generally people don't produce this carbon, animals doesn't produces carbon dioxide in that much amount, because they are having a small body size. But we know that plants are very huge and they can produce much amount of carbon dioxide. So in this type of condition, in night condition, never spend your night under tree. Okay, don't try to sleep under tree. Maybe your parents or your forefathers, grandparents, it is possible that they have told you that don't sit under plant during night, okay, for a very long time. So because they are having much amount of CO2, in daytime they are having oxygen and CO2, so the oxygen nullifies the effect of CO2. Okay, so there is nothing negative during daytime, but at night time there is only CO2, and you can feel that fatigue and weakness and headache and vomiting because this effect of CO2. So because CO2 is not our lifeline gas, our lifeline gas is oxygen. Okay, so next thing I want to tell you, that in these two type of reaction, photosynthesis, where is it? uh, yeah, okay, this carbon dioxide is which is utilized by plants. Okay, is the same carbon dioxide which is released by plants and animals during the respiration. Don't forget this. The carbon dioxide which is absorbed by plants stomata to conduct the process of photosynthesis is the same carbon dioxide which is utilized by which is released by this respiration process, because this respiration process can be conducted by plant and animal both. So this is the same carbon dioxide. Okay, and the oxygen we utilize, okay, the oxygen we inhale is the same oxygen which is evolved by plant during the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so this is the thing. I think these things are clear to you. Okay, and in next class I will tell you the use of this energy. Each and every organism is doing respiration to produce energy, then where it is stored and what is the use of energy and how we utilize this. Okay, and how this energy helps us to live. One thing you should remember, and very important thing, that at that particular second when any organism stops formation of energy, okay, by taking any type of toxic substances or by any mean, okay, by any mean, at the moment, at the particular second when these respiratory organism which are going for respiration and they produce pyruvate to go for respiration. Okay, because the precursor, without pyruvate there is no formation, there is and any organism cannot go for respiration. So there is a need of pyruvate to conduct the process of respiration. Remember this is a precursor molecule, this is a starter of respiration. So at that particular second when any organism stops the formation of this energy, at that particular second it will die, because the energy which we are getting is our lifeline, and we are alive only because we are getting energy at that particular second. If any problem can occur, either pyruvate is not forming or anything can occur. If you have taken some, people have taken some drugs, or by any means, okay, they are not enough oxygen. Okay, for oxygen based respiration there is no enough oxygen. Okay, so the lack of this energy can kill that organism instantly at that particular second. Okay, Right now I'm finishing my class. Today's my session was